welcome back to my channel. Today is yet another foundation review. I feel like I'm just knocking these out lately. I can't seem to stop trying new foundations. And today we're going to be talking about the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Lines foundation. When I heard that they were coming out with this along with a ton of other products, I was so excited and went on the day that it became available on the IT Cosmetics website and bought it because I was so eager to see how A, this was gonna work for me, and B, it would compare to the CC. So this is a $38 foundation. It does come in a plastic bottle with a pump. It is a vacuum bottle, which means vacuums the product up instead of down, which ensures that you're going to use every last drop, which is good. I'm in the color medium tan. They only have 7 colors. I don't understand why IT Cosmetics does not do more colors. And they've expanded their color range. I mean, I think they only had 5 colors in their CC cream not long ago. So they've expanded it some by adding a couple more colors. The medium tan is one of the new colors, and that's the one that I got. It is in, I believe, a 1 ounce. I think it's 1 ounce. It doesn't say on this product unless, yes, it does on the bottom. I've just got my date sticker on it and it's covering it up. It is 30 mils and 1 ounce. So real quick, I'm going to go over the claims in a very edited way because there are a lot of them. IT Cosmetics works with plastic surgeons. If you don't know, they work very closely with plastic surgeons to ensure that skincare is also a big part of their makeup, and that also you're not going to get any like crazy nasty products that you may not want to be putting on your face in the foundation. So basically it starts its life as your hydrating anti-aging serum and is infused with pure color pigments to seamlessly conceal the look of lines, wrinkles, and imperfections. So basically it's their Bye Bye Line serum, which this is what I've heard anyways, that I love for under my eyes. They've added pigment to it and probably a few hundred other things, but that's the whole basis of it. Perfect for all skin types, this advanced foundation contains anti-aging peptides, caviar extract, hydrolyzed collagen, hyaluronic acid, argan oil, and babassu oil, plus vitamins A, C, E, B1, B2, B3, B5, B7, B9, and CoQ10. Oh my goodness. And features proprietary drops of light optical blurring technology for an airbrushed, lit from within glow. Finally, you can experience luminous, sheer to medium coverage that makes your skin look younger, not older. So I don't know about it making your skin look younger, but those are the claims. As far as I know, you can get this on IT Cosmetics. I know you can get it on ULTA because that's where I'm reading the claims from right now, and maybe Sephora, I don't know, but I will, as always, link all the places that you can get it. So I go a lot into the foundation during the demo and after, so I'm just gonna go ahead and cut right into the demo. So if you are interested to see how this IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Lines foundation works for me and my skin, then keep on watching. I know I look super cute with this dark orange splotches under my eyes, but we're gonna get right into it. Like I said in the intro, I am in medium tan, and it does come with a pump. So I've already primed, obviously, and done corrector, and today I'm using the YSL Touche Éclat Blur Primer. I've not used that yet. So I'm gonna take 2 pumps on my hand. So that's the consistency. It's very thick. You see it's not running anywhere, and that's the color. And I'm gonna start out with the brush, and I'm using the Airbrush Blurring Foundation Brush from IT Cosmetics. I thought that that would be fitting. So I'm just going to apply a little bit right here. I'd like to start out where I have the most redness, the most stuff that I want to cover, and then go out from there. And I'm just going to start blending it in. So it's, like I said, it's a thick consistency. It blends in really nicely. The brush does not leave any streaks. So you can see this is the side without foundation, obviously. And then that is the side with foundation. I think right off the bat, it's a strong medium coverage. And I don't feel the need to go back over it with a beauty blender to kind of like take any streak marks away, which some foundations I do if I'm gonna use a brush. Okay, so that's with the full face and 1 layer. So what I'm gonna do is, just because, and I've noticed in editing that it doesn't show up as well for y'all as it does for me, but I do still see a little bit of redness here. So I'm just gonna build it up with a sponge. So I don't have that much product left. So I'm just gonna tap a little bit, and I could probably just use my fingers because it's so little, but I'm just gonna tap a little bit where my redness is the most prominent, it is not enough to need another pump. So I do think 2 pumps is plenty for a full face. So that is with just a little bit built up, and I still don't feel like this is full coverage. I feel like it is medium coverage. I have this little spot right here. I have a little spot right here, and I have a few over here. And that's kind of my guide as to whether or not I think a foundation is full coverage. If something covers those spots to where I really have to look for them, then I feel like it's full coverage. If something just kind of makes them a little less apparent, then I feel like it's medium coverage. And if you can still totally see them, I feel like it's light. So that's kind of my guide. So that's why I feel like personally, this is just a strong medium coverage foundation. I don't think you could even build it up to like super full, but I don't have a problem with that. I like it. I think even if you have things you want to cover up, you may still be comfortable with the coverage that this provides because it's not so full that it looks mask-like. So real quick before I go do the rest of my makeup, it's a little bit of a tacky finish. I don't think you're gonna be able to get away with not setting this. I know some people are just totally against powder, and you could always try it, but I just wouldn't recommend it. It's definitely not a powder finish, and it's just more moisturizing, I feel like. So I'm gonna go and finish all the rest of my makeup, and I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna tell you what other powders I've used it with and my thoughts, and then I'll come back at the very end of the day with a final check-in as usual. Okay, so I have finished my makeup for the day, and I used cream bronzer today, which I have not been using in a really long time. I don't know why. Not really long time. Like, a really long time in the makeup world to me is like 2 weeks. And I haven't been using it for a couple weeks. I don't know why. I think just because I've been needing faster looks. But I used it today because I wanted to see how a cream would blend over it, because some foundations just don't do well when you're trying to blend a cream over. And it did perfectly fine. I was really happy with it, actually. It didn't splotch or blotch or patch or anything like that. So let me zoom you in a little bit, and hopefully I will focus. But you know, it looks good over the pores. It looks pretty natural, actually. I have a couple of little breakouts right there and right here, but it's not emphasizing those. I'm one of the lucky ones that when I have hormonal breakouts, it happens right there and not on my chin like most normal people. So that's the way it looks. I'm gonna go ahead and get into what I used and my thoughts and stuff, and I'll try to go fairly quickly. I mean, we know how this goes. If you don't know how it goes, if you're new to my channel, I tend to get really talkative about products. So I'm gonna try to keep this as brief as possible, but I do always like to test foundations at least 4 or 5 days before I come on and do a review on it, because I like to use different primers. I like to use different powders. I feel like there are some foundations that only work well with certain products, and so it's my way of figuring out what products it works best with on me and my skin. On day 1, I used the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores Primer and the Bye Bye Pores Press Powder. I only have this deluxe sample because I sold my other one, because I've never been the biggest fan of this powder on me for some reason. I mean, it was fine when I used it this time. It's just not one that I look at my skin and I'm like, holy cow, I need the full size of this. But I wanted it to be like an IT Cosmetics day. So I used all IT Cosmetics product. I do like this primer. In fact, I'm almost out of it. And I used the IT foundation brush that I used in the demo. I had it on for 11 hours that day. I did not do any touch-ups, and it was poreless. I think a lot of it had to do with this, although I haven't had huge issues with pores with other products. These 2 products do help when it comes to your pores. It is a luminous finish. I don't think I really touched on that in the demo as much as I probably should have, but it's not like a dewy finish. It's not a Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue finish, but it's not an Estee Lauder Double Wear finish either. It's just kind of skin with a little bit of luminosity to it. As I said in the demo, I felt like it was a medium coverage. I felt like that at this day too. Where I'm going to touch real quick before I go over the other days about how it compares to the IT Cosmetics CC Cream, which I know is like a cult classic, and I know a ton of people like it. That did not work for me and my skin, and there's a couple reasons. There's something in that product that when I wore it, And I wore it a lot. Like I tried so hard to make that product work for me. But when I wore it, I felt like, I don't know, a couple hours after I put it on, when I get like real nervous or anxious about something, like my symptom is to get hot. I don't necessarily sweat and I don't get too red, but I get hot, like uncomfortably hot. And that's the way the CC cream made me feel. Uncomfortably hot, like my face was on fire. It didn't look red. I didn't break out from it, but it was very uncomfortable to wear it. There was some kind of ingredient in it. The other thing that didn't work for me is that even with my normal skin, on the most normal of days, even in the dead of winter when I had a little bit of a drier skin, it lasted a good 4 hours on me before it started breaking up. I could not get a longer wear on it, and I rarely have issues with a wear on a foundation. So those are the two main reasons I couldn't wear the CC cream. All that being said, on this day, about 3 hours after I put it on, my face started getting hot. And I was like, please don't, because I don't have that issue with this CC Plus bronzer. Or the cream bronzer. I was like, please just don't be like that, because I think I might actually like you and I don't want to have to not wear you. And so it didn't last as long as the CC cream, but I was like, I'm determined to make this work. So the second day I used my Touch and Soul, I can't say this ever. Touch and Soul No Pore Primer and my Chanel powder. Now, these are two of, oh, I just got powder everywhere. That's what happens when you let your 8-year-old come play in your makeup. These are two of my absolute favorite products. This is a dream of a powder for me. So I thought if I was gonna have a good day with this foundation, it would be today or this day, and I did. I did use a sponge this day, and I will say I feel like it does have less coverage with a sponge than a brush. I can build it up with a sponge, but I feel like I can get more out of less product when I use a brush. It did last the gym really well. I went to the gym this day. I wrote on here that it was not as luminous today, and I did find that it's longer wearing than the CC cream, because this day I wore it, goodness, I wore it for like 13 hours this day. And I put that it did not have burning on this day. So I was like, yes, maybe it was just one fluke incident. I can get through this. So on the third day, I decided to go a little bit more luminous with my base, and I did the Cover FX Illuminating Primer, which honestly, I've got to buy the full size of this. I so adore it. And the Cover FX Perfect Setting Powder, which always gives me a nice natural finish. It does not matte anything out. And if anything's going to get luminous throughout the day, it will with these products. So I wanted to kind of test that out. I used my, my Ray Morris Radiance brush this day, which if y'all don't know, it's like this big paddle brush. I put that is my favorite way to apply it. I did not use that in the demo because not many people have that kind of brush, and I wanted it to be more universal in what people have and what they can relate to. But the Radiance brush was my favorite because I could get such a bigger impact with the foundation and using less product. I did not use a full 2 pumps that day, but I felt like it was still a beautiful finish and coverage. And it was the most luminous off the bat this day, which makes sense with the products that I used it. However, I did not feel like it got more luminous throughout the day, and I don't feel like I had to touch it up. So it was still a really good wear that day. It still held up really well through the gym. And I feel like the major pro to this foundation, if you're going to compare it to the CC cream, is the lasting power of this foundation. It's so much better, for me anyways, than the CC cream. And I know a lot of y'all have commented before that you've had issues with the longevity of the CC cream as well. So this might be something you want to check out if you are one of those people and still like the effect of the CC cream on your face, but you need something that's going to last longer than 4 hours. Because I personally don't know many people that are only going to wear makeup for 4 hours. I feel like if you're going to put it on, you're going to put it on for the day. So I'm going to go throughout my day, and it's like a family day today. We got a lot of stuff to do as a family. Got a lot of errands to run. I'm just going to go throughout my day, and I'll be back in a little bit to check in. Okay, so it's 8 o'clock at night, and I forgot to tell you earlier, I put my makeup on at 9 o'clock in the morning. So it's been 11 hours that I've had this makeup on, and I have not touched up, and I've done some stuff outside and, you know, lived a day. So to be really quick about it, I feel like it held up fairly well. I'm getting a little bit Of course my battery's going out. Hold on. Okay, so I'm gonna zoom you in. I feel like I'm getting a little bit of like not so pretty shine just around my nose where it's getting a little bit cakey right there. It's sinking in very minimally in my smile lines, but it is nonetheless. I mean, it's been 11 hours. That's a long time. I feel like I can see a little bit more of my redness like underneath my blush and bronzer. But other than that, I mean, for a hot day and 11 hours, I feel like it's held up fairly well. It's gotten a little patchy on my forehead. Just, I feel like it's kind of come off right around there. But these are all things that you have to really be in front of a mirror searching for. Like if I were just talking to somebody right now, I don't think they would see that. So I'm not complaining about the wear of the foundation. All in all, I think it's a good foundation. I think that it would work best for normal to dry skin. I know it says it's perfect for all skin types. I don't know how it would work on oily skin. I would be a little hesitant to try, but I think it would work better on oily skin than the CC cream. And all in all, I like it way better than the CC cream. It's lasts a whole lot longer. It has about the same coverage, I would say, but it doesn't get as shiny. It doesn't burn my face. It lasts longer, and it doesn't have an SPF. I don't think I touched on that as a big difference. The CC cream has an SPF of 50, and sometimes people just don't want SPFs in their foundation. So this is a good alternative to that, but it still has good skincare, you know, good for you ingredients in it. So if you weren't the biggest fan of the CC cream because of the reasons that I have stated before, this would be one that you might want to try because I think you would enjoy it. If you like the CC cream, but you don't necessarily want the SPF in it for some reason, you're taking flash photography, you're not comfortable wearing it, then this is definitely a good one to try as well. Overall, I'm very pleased with the foundation. I'm not sad that I have it, and I think it would be a good one to try out. I don't know if it's in Sephora yet. Like I said, that would be the only place that you could get a sample, but I don't even know if the Sephoras around me carry a cosmetics in store, do they? I was just in one last week, but I don't think I saw any in store, and ULTA does not give samples, which I'll never understand that, but that's a story for another day, I suppose. I feel like QVC is probably going to come out with a Today Special Value of this soon. I don't know why, because there's so much new stuff that It Cosmetics has come out with, and I feel like the next value set they come out with on that is going to have a lot of the new stuff in it. So I'm thinking maybe this foundation will be one of them, because I do know that you can get this on QVC now. So keep a lookout for that. If you want to try this, you can normally get a stellar deal in those kits because it comes with like 4 or 5 things. So I don't know, let me know. Are you planning on trying this? Have you tried it? What do you think of it? Hopefully you found this review helpful and I answered some of your questions, but as always, I am always up for answering more if I am able, so be sure and put them down in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you all have a very blessed